Dear friends, pointers play an important role in the C language and it seems to be a new concept for the beginners. Pointers are simple to use provided the basic concept is understood properly. Programs can be written efficiently and compactly with the help of pointers, but its careless use causes unexpected errors and difficulties in the program execution. We have divided the topic into two sessions. Before coming to pointers, let us see the data representation in computer memory. The smallest piece of data in a computer memory is known as a bit, which represents 0 or 1. Bits are grouped into bytes. Each byte in the computer memory is called a memory location or memory cell. Computer memory consists of a series of consecutive memory locations. The number attached to a memory location is called the memory address of that location. The number of bytes required for storing the value of each data type is system dependent. When more than one memory locations are used for holding a value, the starting address of that storage is considered as the address of that value. A data type is associated with a memory location referred by a variable in a C program. Based on the data type, the compiler interprets the content of the memory location allotted for the variable. Generally, 1 byte of memory is used for character type data storage, 2 bytes for integer type data storage, 4 bytes for float data storage and 8 bytes for double type data storage. What is a pointer? A pointer value or pointer is a data object that refers to a memory location, which is an address. It resides in the memory location, which is represented by the pointer variable. Thus, a pointer variable may contain the address of another variable or any valid address in the computer memory. That is why a pointer is also called an address variable. Pointers are much used in C, partly because they are sometimes the only way to express a computation and partly because they usually lead to more compact and efficient code. Observe the content of the pointer variable P in the memory location in the figure shown in the screen. It holds a valid address 5434 from the memory where a data object may be stored. Understanding pointers. Consider the declaration int I equal to 5 semicolon. This declaration tells the C compiler to A. Reserve space in memory to hold the integer value, B. Associate the name I with this memory location, and C. Store the value 5 at this location. We can understand more through the following program. Main within braces int I equal to 5 semicolon, printf value of I equal to %d I and printf address of I equal to %u comma ampersand I. The output of above program would be value of I equal to 5, address of I equal to 75638. We may represent I's location in memory by the following memory map: I location name and 5 value at location and 75638 the location number. We can see that the computer has selected memory location 75638 as the place to store the value 5. The location number 75638 is not a number to be relied upon, because some other time the computer may choose a different location for storing the value 3. The important point is I's address in memory is a number. In the above printf statement, ampersand used is address of operator. The expression ampersand I returns the address of the variable I, which in this case is 75638. Since 75638 represents an address, there is no question of a sign being associated with it. Hence, it is printed out using %u, which is a format specifier for printing an unsigned integer. We have been using the ampersand operator all the time in the scanf statement. The other pointer operator available in C is star, called value at address operator. It gives the value stored at a particular address. The value at address operator is also called indirection operator. The indirection operator star is used to access the value pointed by its operand. The operand must be a pointer variable or a pointer expression. If p is a pointer variable, then star p is an expression referring to a data object. The actual address in which the data object is stored is represented by a pointer variable. The stored data item is accessed indirectly using the expression star p. Actually, the name indirection is taken from the low level programming to refer to the indirect addressing mode. The direct value of the pointer variable, say p, is an address, whereas star p is the indirect value of p. Consider the following statements for the illustration of the expressions using star and values. Int num equal to 15 comma star p semicolon, p is equal to ampersand num. From the example, it is clear that star ampersand num is equivalent to num and also star p is equivalent to num, as the address of num is assigned to p. The three expressions num, star, ampersand num and star p represents the same storage where the value 15 is stored. It is not necessary to enclose ampersand num within parenthesis in star ampersand num, since unary operators associated from right to left. It is also possible to have expressions like ampersand star ampersand num, comma ampersand star ampersand star ampersand num, star ampersand star ampersand star ampersand num, etc. Look at the output of the following program. Main within curly braces int I equal to 5 semicolon, printf address of I equal to percentage u ampersand I, printf value of I equal to percentage d comma I, printf value of I equal to percentage d comma star within bracket ampersand I, close the bracket and close the braces. The output of the above program would be address of I equal to 75638, value of I equal to 3 and value of I equal to 3. Note that printing the value of star ampersand I is same as printing the value of I. The expression ampersand I gives the address of the variable I. This address can be collected in a variable by saying j equal to ampersand I semicolon. But remember that j is not an ordinary variable like any other integer variable. It is a variable that contains the address of other variable. Since j is a variable, the compiler must provide its space in the memory. Once again, the following memory map would illustrate the content of I and j. As you can see, i's value is 5 and j's value is i's address. So, we need to declare j as a pointer variable so as to use in the program. The general format for declaration of the pointer variable is data type star variable 1 star variable 2 up to star variable n, where data type refers to the data type of the value stored in the address given by the pointer variable, and variable 1, variable 2 up to variable n are pointer variables. In the previous example, we cannot use j in a program without declaring it, and since j is a variable that contains the address of I, it is declared as int star j. This declaration tells the compiler that j will be used to store the address of an integer value. In other words, j points to an integer. How do we justify the use of star in the declaration int star j? Let us go by the meaning of star. It stands for value at address. Thus, int star j would mean the value at the address contained in j is an int. Here is a program that demonstrates the relationships we have been discussing. Hash include stdio.h main within the braces int I equal to 5, int star j, j equal to ampersand I, printf address of I equal to percentage u comma ampersand I, and printf address of I equal to percentage u comma j. Printf address of j equal to percentage u comma ampersand j, printf value of j equal to percentage u comma j, printf value of I equal to percentage d comma I, printf value of I equal to percentage d comma star within bracket ampersand I close the brackets, printf value of I equal to percentage d comma star j close the braces. The output of the above program would be address of I equal to 75638, address of I equal to 75638, address of j equal to 79000, value of j equal to 75638, value of I equal to 5, value of I equal to 5, value of I equal to 5. Work through the above program carefully. Everything we say about C pointers from here onwards will depend on your understanding these expressions thoroughly. We will now see some valid pointer variable declarations. Int star ptr semicolon. Here ptr is pointer variable to store the address of an integer value. Float star fraction comma star epsilon semicolon. Here fraction and epsilon are pointer variables which points to float values. Short star sptr. Here sptr is a pointer to a short integer. Char star cptr semicolon. Here cptr is a pointer to a character, and long star lptr. Here lptr is a pointer to a long integer. It is also possible to combine the pointer variables and other ordinary variables of the same data type in a single declaration as shown in the screen. Int a comma star ap semicolon. Here a is an integer variable and ap is a pointer variable which points to a integer value. Float star xp comma x comma y semicolon. Here xp is a pointer variable which points to a float value. X and y are simply float variables. Char c1 comma c2 comma star c1p comma star c2p. Here c1 c2 are character variables and c1p and c2p are pointer variables which points to character values. User defined pointer variables can be created with typedef statements. The following example show how a typedef statement can be used to declare a pointer variable num pointing to int data type. Int star num. Typedef int number semicolon number star num, or typedef int star number semicolon number num semicolon. Incrementation and decrementation of pointers. It is possible to increment or decrement pointer variables using ++ and -— operators respectively. A pointer expression may be preceded by and or followed by ++ or -—. In such cases, the operators ampersand, star and ++ and -— are involved. While evaluating these expressions, it is very important to remember the operator precedence and associativity of the operations. The operators ampersand, star, ++ and -— have same precedence levels, and the evaluation is carried out from right to left. Consider the statements int star p comma x is equal to 20 semicolon, p is equal to ampersand x semicolon plus plus star p semicolon star p plus plus semicolon. According to the first two statements, the address of the variable x is assigned to the pointer variable p. Since x is equal to 20, the value of star p is also 20. The statement plus plus star p has two operators plus plus and star. Since both the operators have the same precedence level, the associativity is applied, resulting in right to left evaluation. Hence, the evaluation increments star p by 1, that is 20 plus 1 is equal to 21. The statement star p plus plus is also evaluated from right to left. Since a post increment operator is used, the effect of the increment is available only after the execution of star p plus plus. Hence, for the evaluation of star p, the value of p before increment is used, yielding the output 21. After executing the statement star p plus plus, the value of p is p plus 1. P is incremented by 2 bytes, as 2 bytes are assumed to store an int value. The compiler takes care of the scaling factor based on the data type it points to while incrementing the pointer. If a pointer points to float, then incrementing it gives an offset of 4 bytes. The expression plus plus star p star 2 increments what p points to by 1, and the incremented value is multiplied by 2. Pointer operations permissible. A pointer can have the address of an ordinary variable and its content. The content of a pointer can be copied to another pointer variable, provided both pointers are of same type. A pointer variable can be assigned a null 0 value. Example, ptr equal to null, where null is a symbolic constant that represents the value 0. An integer quantity can be added or subtracted from a pointer variable. Example, ptr plus 1 plus plus ptr, ptr minus 3, ptr minus minus, etc. Pointer operations not permissible. Two pointer variables cannot be added. Pointer variable cannot be multiplied by a constant. Two pointer variables cannot be divided or multiplied. Use of pointers in arrays. In C, there is a strong relationship between pointers and arrays. Any operation that can be achieved by array subscripting can also be done with pointers. We know that the declaration int a within square bracket 10 defines an array of size 10, that is, a block of 10 consecutive object named a0, a1 up to a9 as shown in the figure in the screen. The notation ai refers to the ith element of the array. If pa is a pointer to an integer declared as int star pa, pa equal to ampersand a0 sets pa to point to element 0 of a, that is, pa contains the address of a0 as shown in the screen. Now, the assignment x is equal to star pa will copy the content of a0 into x. If pa points to a particular element of an array, then by definition pa plus 1 points to the next element, pa plus I points I elements after pa, and pa minus I points I elements before. Thus, if pa points to a0, star pa plus 1 refers to the content of ai, pa plus I is the address of ai, and star pa plus I is the content of ai. These remarks are true regardless of the type or size of the variables in the array A. The meaning of adding 1 to a pointer and by extension all pointer arithmetic is that pa plus 1 points to the next object and pa plus I points to the ith object beyond pa. The correspondence between indexing and pointer arithmetic is very close. By definition, the value of a variable or expression of type array is the address of element 0 of the array. Thus, after the assignment P A equal to ampersand A 0, P A and A have identical values. Since the name of an array is a synonym for the location of the initial element, the assignment P A equal to ampersand A 0 can also be written as P A equal to A. Rather more surprising, the fact is that a reference to A I can also be written as star A plus I. In evaluating A I, C converts it to star A plus I. The two forms are equivalent. Applying the operator ampersand to both parts of this equivalence, it follows that ampersand A I and A plus I are also identical. A plus I is the address of the ith element beyond A. If P A is a pointer, expressions might use it with a subscript. P A I is identical to star P A plus I. In short, an array and index expression is equivalent to one written as a pointer and offset. There is one difference between an array name and a pointer that must be kept in mind. A pointer is a variable, so P A equal to A and P A plus plus are legal, but an array name is not a variable. Constructions like A equal to P A and A plus plus are illegal. When an array name is passed to a function, what is passed is the address of the location of the initial element. Within the called function, this argument is a local variable, and so an array name parameter is a pointer, that is a variable containing an address. We can use this fact to write a C function which computes the length of a string. Int strlen within bracket char star s. Here s is the address of the character string, within braces int n. For n equal to 0, star s not equal to /0 is the null value s plus plus. Then incrementing n, that is n plus plus, return n. Here the function returns the length of the string. Let us now summarize the points that we discussed in the session. C uses bytes as the basic unit of memory. The bytes request to store a value depend on the data type of the object used. Each byte is numbered by an address of its reference. It is possible to directly access the addresses in C by using pointers. A pointer is a valid address which is stored in a pointer variable. The pointer type and the memory that it refers should be same. That is, to hold the address of type integer memory, we have to create an integer pointer. There are two unary operations that are exclusively used in connection with pointers. They are address of operator denoted by ampersand and indirection or dereferencing operator. Each of the above operators must be preceded its operand. Pointer expressions are formed by using these operators ampersand and star with their respective operands. The address of operator ampersand returns the address of its operand. The operand must be a named region of storage like integer variable, array variable, pointer variable, etc., for which a value may be assigned. It cannot be constant or expression or register type variable. We can use the pointer to retrieve data from memory or to store data into memory to which it points to. Both operations are classified as pointer dereferencing. It is also called as indirection operator star. After assigning proper values to the pointer variables, it is possible to increment or decrement the pointer variables using plus plus and minus minus operators respectively. The array variable represented by a subscript expression may also be written using a pointer expression. The representation of the pointer expression helps in faster and easier execution. Character arrays may also be manipulated using pointers. String constants return a pointer that can be used in pointer expressions. Please try to solve these assignments. What are pointers? Are they integers? Explain with an example. How is a pointer variable declared, and what are the operators exclusively used with pointers? Is the name of an array a pointer? Why is only the address of the first element of an array necessary in order to access the whole array? How are single and two dimensional arrays represented using pointers? Explain. Write a program using pointers to read an array of integers and print the elements in reverse order. Write a program to concatenate two strings using pointers. Here are some books for your reference. B.W. Kernighan and D.M. Ritchie, The C Programming Language, Pendisal, Eaglewood Cliffs, New Jersey, 1978. Yashwant Kanedkar, Let Us See, BPB Publications, New Delhi. Greg Perry, Absolute Beginner's Guide to C, SAMS Publishing, April 1994. Hope you are enjoying the lessons of pointers in C. Many more other features of pointers in C are remaining to explore. So, let us wait for the coming sessions. Until then, bye.